everyone, welcome back, and we're back for another first look. And I've been wanting a shipping simulator for quite some time, mainly on the console, because we've been on the PS5 for so long now. There's not really been anything that we can sort of play on there. We've done fishing North Atlantic, fishing Barents Sea, which involves a little bit of captaining a boat, doesn't it? But nothing we can really sink our teeth into in that respect. And on the PC though, there's a couple of options, one of which is this one, Uboat. I picked this up recently for $9.99. It was on sale. I think it's gone back up now to its regular price, which is about $24.99. I've done a couple of the training missions. I was going to do another one today, but just to let you know about this, it says U-Boat is a simulator of a submarine from the World War II era, yet different from all you have seen so far. It's a survival sandbox with crew management mechanics, whilst its primary theme is the life of German sailors. The boat is their home, but it can become their grave at any time. In U-Boat, you control the crew in order to control the boat. You look after their physical and mental health, because if the sailors are hungry, tired, and the spirit is low, there's no chance of even winning a skirmish. So I have played a little bit of it through the tutorials, as I've said, and I've been enjoying it so far. This, World War II, I'm quite interested in World War II anyway, so to combine this with Captain in a Submarine has got me interested, to be honest. It's in early access still. I think the last update actually was the back end of 2022, but here's our submarine. This is us. This is me. There's me. I'm the captain. I am up there in the conning tower. I don't know what I'm staring at because I'm in the dock, look. Anyway, let's take a mission, shall we? And we can take the submarine out and we'll talk about it a little bit more. The date is the 2nd of September 1939, so we're at the beginning of the war, aren't we really? This is Wilhelmshaven in the North Sea, and I'll show you the map once we get underway. Okay, solid work, Captain. So, this guy gives us our orders every time. So what we'll do is we'll go to this option for the tutorials. And now that guy speaks in German. I've kept it as genuine as possible. You can change that to English, but that would be a bit naff, wouldn't it? I don't really understand the word of what he's saying, but it's subtitled, so I'll take it. This is the Kriegsmarine, so let's go for that. These are the tutorials. There was one about resupply. I've done that. There's travel and diving. I did that one. Torpedo attack. I did that one. So shall we go to this one, the patrol? So this mission will guide you through a first patrol. It will explain these topics: patrolling the marked area and crisis management. And the estimated duration is 25 minutes. Now, in my experience, I've been out and I've enjoyed them, and it's lasted me a little bit longer than what it says. So let's go for it. Well done, Skipper. Welcome. During this mission, we'll practice a first real-world patrol on the sea. I will accompany you and do my best to ensure that we return in one piece back to the port. Okay, cool. Let's open the map to plan the voyage ahead, so let's do that. Your orders are to complete a patrol in squares AN16, AN24, 25, 28, blah 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 blah. Click on the marked point using the right mouse button to plot a path to this area. If it's too far to plot a path in one shot, you can use shift and right mouse button to append intermediate points. Okay, before we do that, let's just have a look at the map, because this is something else. I don't know if this map is available straight away once we get out of the tutorials, but it could be, couldn't it? We're down here, look, U48. This is our port at Wilhelmshaven. It tells you a little bit about the port. These are all different ports. You see the anchors. So Kiel is over there. But let's just take a look at the map, because let's just appreciate the map. We can come down Holland here. We've got Belgium. We've of course got the UK. We've got Liverpool up there. Look, Liverpool, Cardiff Docks. What else have we got? RAF Saint Evil, Evil. I don't know how you pronounce that. Eval. Portsmouth, of course, and the Port of London we've got down there. And if you come further up, we've got some other strategic points. Leith, RAF Dundee, Auburn, Belfast over this side. You can see the state of the map. Look at France here. We've got France. We've got La Rochelle. You can come around the coast of Spain, Portugal, into Morocco, etc., etc. I mean, the blooming thing's massive. Can we even go to the US? Can you sail across the Atlantic? Indeed, you can. So, you know, World War II, it wasn't unreasonable, was it, to actually see a U-boat off the coast of America? There's been quite a few wrecks discovered off the coast of America. Because I do quite watch it. I enjoy watching the documentaries actually, where they go down diving, different shipwrecks, etc. And there's quite a few involving U-boats. So let's go back to the mission at hand, and what we need to do is plot a course. So we need to right-click in there. Okay, that's good. And you can see the path that we're taking. 16 kilometers out of the dock. Then we have a section of 57 kilometers. And 725 kilometers. Now, what you can do is, we'll look at this once we get going. You can actually do that in real time. If you want to do it in real time, you can. But you can see down the bottom here, we can speed up time, which, you know, depends how you're feeling on the day. Let's get our command over to undock from the port. So let us get onto the telegraph and do that. So this will obviously just take a little bit to get underway. There we are. We'll just come away from the dock. What I need to do, and what I need to remember, and I keep doing this and it's really unfortunate, is to move around the map, I'm holding down the left mouse button and just spinning around. But, you know, in some games, Train Simulator for example, where I've been playing a lot recently, you hold the right mouse button down and drag. But in this game, if you, as you just saw, if you hold down the right mouse button, what it does is it sets a course to wherever you click with the right mouse button. So I keep doing that. I keep going on a patrol or wherever I'm going, and then by accident I click the wrong button. So I need to watch that. It will happen in this video, I am sure. As we're going out though, let me just show you this. There's me again. I'm there up on the conning tower as we leave the port. But let me just show you. If you zoom in, you get this cross section. And again, if we move along, you know, we can see some of the crew are not required, so they're eating. Some bunks there. There's our guy, he's making the soup, look, in his little galley. We've got the engine room. Our engineer is here, Weber. And we've got the diesel compressors, etc., etc., down this end. If we go to the front, they've just got and led down, look. We go to the front. This is the actual control room. You can see the periscope there. That's the way up to the conning tower. Radio room, more bunks. These guys have to sleep next to the torpedoes. You can see these guys are lining these up into the tubes, ready to go. So let's zoom back out again. And we'll just watch the boat go out of the port before we speed things up. Now, when you go into this, there's several different modes that you can have as the captain. You can have a sort of super realistic mode where you give every single order to the crew. There's a sort of intermediate, and there's a basic mode where some of the crew will carry out their own orders. You just give a command to fire, for example, and somebody will fire the torpedoes. For example, you don't have to do all the commands to intercept boats and targets and etc., etc. So to begin with, I've got it on the simplistic, I think it's called entertaining mode, where you get to enjoy the game a bit more without having to miss a lot of it by issuing every single command. Because it seems to me, just on the face of it, to be it's quite an in-depth simulator, and there's a lot to do. And you know, some videos I watched about this before I actually picked it up did say if you want to get the most out of it, go to the expert mode straight away, and you'll quickly learn, you know, how to do it. But it looked very complicated to me, and I wanted just to, as I said at the beginning, have that experience of just sailing around the sea and just having a sort of shipping or boating simulator and all that involves. So I've started on the basic setting, and I'm just going to work my way up because this is a simulator that I think is going to require a lot of hours to get up to that level. And you know what it can be like if you start at the wrong level and you don't know what's going on. You can almost, you know, through no fault of the games, get a little bit bored, can't you? Because you find it confusing. So I'm going to start and work my way up. These are the tutorials, as I've mentioned. We'll just wait for these gates to open to let us out into the sea. Have the engines actually stopped, or are they going to open? Oh, there we go. So the engines did stop. We waited for the gates to open, and now we're going to come out of Wilhelmshaven and out into the North Sea. And I will show you then how we speed up to get to the objective. So there is tutorials, as you saw at the beginning. It shows you how to dive the boat, how to use the periscope, how to plot an intercept course for targets, how to fire the torpedoes, which is really interesting. And there is an opportunity as well, just to save your torpedoes, where you can take out smaller ships and smaller targets with the deck gun, which is quite good. You get to fire the deck gun. Because obviously when you're out on the sea, the submarines are probably going to be out quite a long time, aren't they? And you know, they don't have infinite torpedoes, so you want to save the torpedoes for the bigger targets. There is a tutorial as well for when you're in port and for stocking up on food and fuel and bringing on board new torpedoes, etc. All the stuff you would do in a port before you were to set off on one of these missions. And you know, as you can see from when we looked at the map, let's just flick it back up now. The distances you potentially can cover are massive. I mean, if you go for a quick tour around this top end of Scotland, we've got Lyoness naval base right up there. But if you go for a quick, inverted commas, sail around the top of here, you know, potentially, if you did it real time, you could be out for months. You know? It'll take you quite a while, wouldn't it, to get around here? So that's what we're doing. Let's pop back to have a look what is going on. We'll just have a quick look behind us. In the telegraph here at the top, you can see what speed we're doing. Currently 26 kilometers per hour. And we can control the telegraph. Of course, the crew will just follow that in the engine room. So let's have a look now as we leave the port. So up here, there's two ways you can speed up time. You can do it in this view. You've got times 12, times 48, times 140. If you're in the map view, you've got the same options, and at some point, once we leave the port, you will get these options as well. Times 1800, times 6500. We can also up here center the view so that the U-boat is always in the middle. Let's go back. Let's speed up. Let's put it to times 12, so you can see that it starts to look a little bit ridiculous the more you speed it up in this view. But you can sort of stop it. You can sort of stop any time and go back to the real view. But just while we're in this view, let's have a shout out to this seawater. I mean, look at the quality of that. It's brilliant, you know. It's really quite detailed. and it's been a pleasure so far playing this. I do really want to get into this, and and learn to play it properly. It's just going to take some time, so I thought I would show you one of these trading missions, and then when I've had a chance to really get my teeth into it and learn about what's going on, we'll come back and we'll do some missions where we're actually hunting down targets on the sea. Let's go to 140. We're really motoring now. Let's go to the map. You can see now we are moving quite rapidly, covering that distance. Let's just watch it in this view for now. Down here on the right hand side, these are the different members of the crew. This is where we can give them orders. You can see what they're assigned to. So Schuster is on the radio at the moment. Looks like Nod is doing something with the torpedo tubes. I think he's loading the tubes. Now he's in bed. We've got Weber. We saw Weber. He's in the engine room. He's our engineer, managing the diesel engines there. We've got Hoffman. Hoffman is in charge of navigation, and there is of course me, and I'm on the targeting site observation. So if I see anything, I'm in the conning tower, and if I see anything, I will shout that out to the crew, and we will go in for an attack. Now I don't know whether that is going to happen in this particular mission. We are going out on patrol, so we just have a look at it in real time again, just so we can appreciate the lighting, the waves coming off the boat. You can see water here coming out of the side, that's washed along the deck. Again, if we zoom in, then we get to have a look what's going on down below as well. See, the guys are coming in because they're not required, getting some rest. Our mate Nod from down here, he's having a sleep. There he is. Schuster's manning the radio. Hoffman in charge of navigation, he's doing his thing. We've got one guy cleaning up in the control room, people eating. Weber, of course, he's manning the radios, manning the engines. And you can see we're running on the diesel because we're above on the surface. We're running on the diesel engines. But we do, once we go under the water, obviously the diesel engines don't operate, and we operate on the batteries from that point of view. So there we go. It's looking good. In fact, I think if we go under the water, yeah, you can see under the water as well, which is quite nice. This is a nice view. So even the cameras, you'll get the wave coming up over the camera. Let's just zoom out a little bit and see if we can capture that a little bit. There you go. That's quite a nice view. So this is a game you're going to plough a lot of time into, or you should be prepared to plough a lot of time into. I think what we will do, because the North Sea is the North Sea and there isn't a lot to actually look at as we're making the crossing to the patrol area, we'll just put it in this 140 times speed. And you can see the time accelerating here at the top, about a minute for every second. Let's go into this view. You can see where we are. Let's center the view. Here's the port. So we are on we've got 718 kilometers, and then we will reach the outer edge of the patrol area, and we're going into this section. And this section contains all the different reference points that it mentioned in the briefing at the beginning. So you see now we've come out of the port. The 1800 and the 6500 are available. So shall we do that? We'll do the 6500. Which will really save you some time. But if you're sailing anywhere near land, then you'll obviously want to do it in real time and have a good look around and enjoy the scenery. So we've reached the target area, and now we must plan the patrol route ahead. So we'll click anywhere to close. There are many ways to plot a patrol route, and the technique is up to your preferences. As a rule of thumb, try to plot a route that avoids travelling over the same areas multiple times, and the one that has as much vertical movement as possible. Please do not now plot any path inside the target area that is at least 1600 kilometers long. Use shift to add points to the end of the current path. Okay, so let's do that. So which way should we do it? Because now we're coming into here, aren't we? So we should probably do that. How do we do that? We're just gonna right click there, shift there. Then if we come up here, I mean, we could have done without probably going to that you know, that first point there. But let's sort of try and do this by sort of striping, if you will. Needs to be 1600 kilometers. So we'll do it until it tells us that we've done it. There you go. So we're kind of zigzag. What I would have really done is go into the patrol area, go up, down, you know, sort of zigzagged like this across. This is a bit, you know, this is terrible. But I planted the initial target, I planted sort of in the middle, whereas really I could have done it, you know, sort of down this end, which is fine. So our next mission, it says travel 1600 kilometers inside the marked area. So let's go back to real time. So what it's going to do, I think all it's going to do now is travel up and down our marked area. Yeah, so we've got a progress bar here. So it's going to follow that course that we did. Now, are we going to spot anything whilst we're in here? Is it going to give us a surprise? We'll speed it up slightly. Let's keep an eye on the map as well. So 273 kilometers up to that first point that we put in. So let's speed that up a little bit more. 1600 kilometers is pretty mean, isn't it? So it's just starting now to fill up. So outside the tutorial, of course, if you are doing a patrol, you may want to do this real time because you may come upon a target that you want to take care of. I think that the point of this tutorial is exactly to work on the navigation and how best to patrol a certain area, which I butchered, as you saw. There's a big section in this area that we've just not covered. So whether we'll actually will we meet the actual objectives? Because these little sort of reference numbers here, these were all referenced in the briefing at the beginning. So I hope that it still gives us the pass on this one. Shall we speed it up a little bit more? There we go. So if I drag that down so you can see that a little bit better. What I'll do is I'll go back as we turn. Let's just go to... I'll speed up a little bit, but when we do the turn, let's see what happens outside on the sea itself. So let's go back. And don't know whether we have actually turned yet. Where's our compass? Our compass is up there. We're kind of heading northwest at the minute. So we should be turning. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, we've still got 7.6 kilometers until we make a turn. Shall we just try and move that up a little bit without going too fast? We'll bring it down to a kilometer, shall we? And then we'll go back. Is it going to show that? Probably not. The speed's deceptive on the sea, isn't it? Because we're doing 24 kilometers per hour, but actually it doesn't look like it that at all, does it? Because you've no reference point. But I tell you what, the sea's choppy. Look at that, the boat nearly goes under. So the deck gets awash quite regularly, depending, you know, just how choppy the sea actually is. But this is the middle of the North Sea, which is, you know, obviously a pretty desolate place, isn't it? By all accounts. I'm waiting for us to actually turn. Let's put it in times 12, and we should see the compass on the top once we do start to turn. But that objective of 1600 kilometers inside the marked area could take you. It's going to take several hours, isn't it? Around 24 kilometers per hour, you could be here a while if you don't speed it up. As I said, plan to spend quite a bit of time in this game if you want to do it properly. Now, remember I said at the beginning that this mission was slated for 25 minutes. I'm going to assume that that's 25 minutes if you are speeding up, you know, at the top speed. You can see we're just starting to turn now. You see the compass at the top? The compass is moving to the left. All the way to the left, so we've done quite a big turn to the left. And we're starting this next leg here, which is another 166 kilometers. So I think what we can do is we can speed that up a bit in the interests of moving the video on. You get the general gist of what the objective is for this one. And this is all running on the surface. When we do run under the water, of course, things are a lot slower in real time. The patrol has been uneventful until now. Let's check the radio. So we're gonna. This is where you start to give some of the crew commands. So if we click on Schuster and we assign him to the radio room, he's running on the spot. So here he comes. This is Schuster. He's going to take over the radio. Officer Schuster has found an ongoing broadcast. Click the highlighted icon to use the radio. So this is Schuster down here. So if we click on the earphones. Now order the radio man to receive and decode the message by clicking the first button on the left.
Zu Befehl.
So he's just doing that. It's an SOS signal from another U-boat. We should do our best to help them. Okay, the radio man is tracking this message using a direction finder. So they're not far from us, although saying that, this distance is a fair bit, isn't it? Audio crew to plot a path to the marked contact by clicking on it using the right mouse button. So as we did when we did the navigation, let's set a course for the new U-boat. And we are 60 kilometers away. Now what does that say? Let's just quickly go back to the map. Is this working? Oh, we got some XP there for Schuster because he gave us the message. Let's go and have a look what is happening. Are we on pause? We are going, but we're very slow. So, order is in progress. Okay, so let's have a look. So we can't do anything when there's an order in progress. It could be that it's just us plotting the course. Or a navigation guy, which is Hoffman, should be automatically plotting the course, I think. Let's check back. I can't see what that actually says. It says something about the U-boat could be anywhere in a radius of 6.9 kilometers. Is what it says there. So,
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen. Sehr wohl, Herr Kaloi.
is it doing it now? So, we've ordered them to do it, but we've got the target here, look. So, are we actually now moving towards it? Let's have a look at time at the top. I can't tell if time is actually... Oh, it is. Right, it's accelerate. Right, now we're moving towards it. Okay, that was weird. It didn't do it straight away. But if we look now, this is us, U48, and we're closing the gap towards the target U-boat. So let's get it spot on. I used the left mouse button then. It said plot it using the right mouse button. I'm using the left one, so I don't know quite what is going on there. That's why we stopped and nothing happened. Let's go back to the outside. We're going quite fast, obviously. Once we get nearer to it, I will slow it down so you can see what's happening. All this time, we are still adding to the travel 1,600 kilometers inside the marked area. So we're going to rescue some of our comrades from the Kriegsmarine. And it's worth saying, isn't it, that a lot of the German submarine crews didn't come back from missions, did they? They must have known they were signing up for something, you know, where their lives were heavily at risk. Because they were. They really were. Not a lot of them came back. I think what was the sort of rate? It was like over 95% of crews didn't actually survive. Oh, did we just shoot past them? Wait a minute. We went straight past the U-boat. Let's go back to this. U-48. Right, let's just do that and we'll go backwards. We're in pause, aren't we? So we don't want to do that. Let's go outside. How do we slow it down? So we've gone past it again. Right, that's not good. I can't get it to go normal speed now. Can I do it on there? Right, so I think we're still going quite fast. Do I really have to pause it when we get near to it? Oh, this is normal speed. Okay, see, there is a couple of actually that's not normal speed. That's quite slow, isn't it? There are a couple of examples where things don't quite work as they should, and I'm going to hope that they're working on that at the moment, because it would be a shame. We've got 4.3 kilometers. I don't want to speed it up, although can we? And then kind of slow it down again. Right, we're right upon it now. It's there, look. Are we still moving? I think we're still moving. We've got 26 kilometers an hour we are doing. Let's just go back.
Koordinaten setzen.
Let's go and see what's happening. Right, we're still moving, so that's good. I'm happy with that. Let's just leave it in this view for now and see if we can get there. Yeah, there's a few things that come up that are not working as they should, and let's hope that they can sort that out, because it has the potential to be a really good game. I think it's been out for a couple of years, you know this. See, this doesn't look right to me, the way it's juddering. Let's just yeah, in this view we can't speed up. Only in the map view can we speed up. Which is a bit bizarre. Let's check the map. Well, we're coming right upon it now, aren't we? 720 meters, 710. So once we get close to it, I'm hoping we're going to stop. If not, I will stop it on the telegraph once we get there, which we can do. But I don't know then if it's going to ask us to complete this travelling 1600 kilometres. We'll need to find out. The other thing is, originally we had our target as Uboat. It's changed to ship down on this side. Just while we're doing this, just up at the top, here's where you get your information. It's like your HUD as to what's going on with the boat. So you can see the battery capacity is 100%, so you need to run on the surface for the diesel engines to run, and that will charge the batteries. This is your fuel for the diesel engine, so we're on 88%. The air quality in the submarine is 100% at the moment. And there's different ways, as it says, to do that. We have a snorkel if we're running under the water, just under the water, we can get air from that, but as it says, the best way is to just surface, and that will replenish the air supply. The discipline of the crew, this is how stressed they are or how under pressure they are, but everyone's 100%. There's not a lot going on, we're just going to rescue a U-boat crew. Reputation, you get this in missions, and it says you get this, you can purchase additional allowances from leading officers in ports. You get to promote your sailors to officers and do different things in the headquarters. That's quite nice. This is your budget, so when you are back in the HQ at the port, you use this budget to refuel, get your torpedoes, as you can see there, you get your torpedoes loaded, etc, etc, everything you need to be able to go out. That's the telegraph, which we're using now. The depth meter, which will show us where we are under the water once we do that, and then you can also look at your rudder, and then of course we've got the map, and then under menu, journal, crew, headquarters, campaign, blah 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 blah, all good stuff. Right, so I'm hoping the telegraph automatically will stop. If it doesn't, we'll do it manually. So let's just check how many meters away we actually are. It isn't actually saying, because, oh no, 210 meters and closing. Let's hope we don't crash right into it. I'm hoping, you see, that this disappears. And it hasn't though, because that disappears and it usually gives us our next task. So I'm hoping it's not glitched. We're certainly not running right. You can see their ships detected. It's telling us that U1107 has been detected, which will be this one. Right, I'm slowing it down because we're going to hit him, and that wouldn't be good, although I think we're going to hit him anyway. I'm hoping the orders have not glitched. Yeah, there we go. We're coming up alongside, alongside in the worst way. So it still says plot a path, but I mean, you know, we did that, didn't we?
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
So, you know, it should kind of stop us, and it isn't doing. And once again, we've gone straight past it. So there's something
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten
There's
setzen.
something very strange going on with this.
Schneller, schneller!
So, I mean, we can travel back to it.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
So that's right-clicking, and he's going to the coordinates. But it isn't doing it. Left mouse button is doing exactly the same thing.
Kurs setzen.
So what are these options? Plot an intercept course to the vessel.
Abfangkurs berechnen.
Ah, okay, so maybe it was my fault. You spotted the U-boat on the horizon. We should get closer. Is that how we travel to the target? We're actually moving away, look.
Abfangkurs berechnen.
Set an intercept course. Right, so now we're setting an intercept course.
Station.
Uh-oh.
Feindliche Flugzeuge auf.
There's an aircraft on the horizon. They have to search for the U-boat. The U-boat that sent the SOS. Right, your main mission is to sink. Right, so we're going to try to... Right, so we're going to go and try to sink the airplane, I think, into the drink. Assign him to the AA gun on the conning tower. Okay, where's the aircraft? First thing we need to do is slow down, isn't it? Why are we going so fast? That's what I can't work out. That's better. Right. Right, Hoffman is on the gun. So the targets are fire at ships, fire at aircraft. So there's Hoffman. He's there ready to go. I can see a target up there. Where is the aircraft? Click to send a report. Okay, we're sending a report about the aircraft. See what I mean? It can get a little bit confusing, and this is on the easy setting, which is the whole reason why I didn't want to go on the hard setting to begin with. But we'll send the report. I'm assuming that sends that back to base to say what is going on. Let's have a look on here. Where's the other U-boat? I can't see the other U-boat at all.
Legen Sie den Kurs an.
I've set a course to that target. Let's have a look what the target is, shall we? Where is that target? Right, so there's no target. Okay. Well, let's see what happens. I think we came out of the... Did we come out of the marked area? Where's the aircraft gone? The aircraft has gone. Right, so that's weird. So now it's asking me to go back to the patrol area. So that's what it is telling me to do. There's the patrol area. So I am completely lost. Right, I'm going to speed up to get back to the patrol area. I presume that is our target. Let's have a look. Yeah, so we're on the edge of the patrol area. Alright, wait a minute. Is that our U-boat? I don't see the U-boat. Right, hang on. It did say there was another ship somewhere. We've detected a ship nearby. Where is that? Okay, there's a ship coming up in the patrol area. I don't know what's happened to the U-boat. I have no idea what's happened to the U-boat. Oh, dear me. The aircraft went. The U-boat went. I don't know whether we left the guys on the other U-boat to get sunk by the aircraft. I have no idea what went on. Could be me doing that wrong, but there are some glitches in the training missions. Do you know this training mission actually 3 or 4 times I've tried to film this, but I do see actually that the WWII that we're intercepting is a German submarine. So I'm hoping we're making our way towards it right now. There it is. So the country is picked up as German Reich. And it's U1107. Here we are, we're back at U1107. Don't ask me what's going on. But anyway, here's U1107 again. Now, is it going to stop us this time? Because we're heading towards it. I want it to... what is this? Defense? Attack. We don't want to attack it. Escape. We don't want to escape from it. We don't want to launch torpedoes. So this has got the little binoculars, so I'm going to assume that, oh god, look at that, straight into it. That is not good, is it? So why can we not... Let's just stop there, shall we? How do we intercept it? We're kind of next to it, but what is the next? Right, so we can have a look round. Okay, let's have a look round at the U-boat, shall we? There it is. So I've just clicked on it. We've collected data. So now, if we were going to shoot it, we would just torpedo it. But we're not going to do that because it's a friend of ours. But how do we communicate with it? Because that's what I want to know about. What are these buttons? Identification book, the chronometer tool. So this is all for right. So course, setting a course, blah blah blah. Right. So that's all for doing that. I don't really want to do that. I want to talk to him. So can I use this? Request a resupply. Shall we talk to him? Shall we see what he wants us to do? It was in distress, so it should be telling us. Right, there are no resupply ships available. Play music station. No, we don't want to do that. So who do we need to talk to? Hoffman is on the gun. We don't need him on the gun because the aircraft is gone. I'm just looking at this accuracy. See the accuracy going up? Do we need to wait for that to get to 100% perhaps? If I speed that up, will the accuracy go faster? It does. Let's just leave it speeded up. Unless it's us making a positive ID at 100% and then something will happen. Let's just see. Let's just see. If nothing happens at 100%, I'm not really sure what the next task actually is. If it's in distress, I thought it was going to launch some boats or something clever, you know, and the men would come on board. But I don't know if we need to 100% establish its identity, and that's what we're doing. 88.2, 89, come on. If you guys have played this and I'm doing something completely wrong, then let me know down below, because I do want to do this correctly, but it's even though it's a good game, it's very confusing. It asked me to plot a course, I did that, then it told me about the aircraft coming over and to put Hoffman on the gun. After that there hasn't been another instruction, so I'm a little bit confused as to what it is we're meant to be doing right now. Unless we leave U1107 alone for now and we finish off the travel 1600 kilometers inside a marked area. That could be what we need to do. If nothing happens once we get this accuracy to 100%, that's what we'll do, I think. Couple of percent to go. Let's put it to 48, shall we? Of course, it gets harder to highlight at this speed. 99.2. Right, so it's going up. 0.5, 6. I mean, they could have just shouted to each other. That would have ID'd them. That'd be too simple, wouldn't it? Give a command for somebody to go up the conning tower and shout at them. Come on. 99.9. Is it going to go to 100? I don't know if it is, you know. Right, it's difficult to know. It was an SOS. It's difficult to know how to help him. It's gone to 100, but I don't think we're going to get anything from these guys. There are 3 items there. Request resupply, play the music station, or leave the station. So we can't do any of those. Is there anything on this view? I mean, we have intercepted it. I think we click that, but then we don't want to attack it. And if I do this now, right, we'll go straight past them. Because we've already intercepted them. That's what I can't work out. Does it tell me anything if I click down here and it doesn't? So travelling 1600 is what it's asking us to do. I think we're leaving it behind here. So you know what I'm going to do to get this mission back underway? I am going to do what we said we were going to do. So I'm going to go to there, and then I'm going to go up there. Then I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to come back down to where this U-boat is.
Kurs setzen.
I'm going to do the 1600. So this is what I should have done first time.
Legen Sie den Kurs an.
We're leaving little bits of chunks there in the
Legen
middle,
Sie den
but,
Kurs an.
you know, is that enough to cover the 1600?
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
So, I'm sorry, Mr. U-Boat. Mr. 1107. We're going to leave you behind because we don't really know what to do with you. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to speed up. And we're going to cover some of this 1600, and then we're going to see what it asks us to do after that. 140 seems to be the fastest time compression that I can do at the moment. I don't know why that is. So we'll leave it on there. But that's going to take a heck of a long time, isn't it? We're about halfway through. We've got about 800, I would say, to go. Slightly more, just looking at that progress bar. So this video started off really good, but it's got confusing. It's really got confusing. Oh, now we can go to the 6500, so we're going to do it. Let's do it. Let's cover it, look. The progress bar is filling up nicely. Once we've completed this, are we going to get another... Or is it just going to tell us to go back to the port? If we go back to the port, that's disappointing. We've done a patrol. We've set an intercept course, but did we just need to intercept the other submarine? Is that all we needed to do? Just to find it? We seem to have stopped. Let's have a look outside. Are we back at the submarine again? Let's have a look. I don't think we are. I don't know why it stopped us. Right, let's go back. Because we are nearly at the end of the 1600. Did we just mean to intercept the submarine and not particularly do anything with them when we got there? That could be it. It could be me thinking something's going to happen and it isn't. Yeah, confusion. Moving along this line. Oh, that is it. We've done the training patrol. So now what is it going to ask us to do? Is it going to ask us to go back? Nope, we're still carrying on. Right, so I don't know what the next objective is. Something has probably screwed up. Let's go back outside and have a look. We'll go to normal speed, shall we? There we go. Poor Schuster, Hoffman, he's still on the gun, right? I'm going to tell him to go and take it easy. So he can leave the gun behind. We should see him. There he goes. There's no point in being on the gun when we can't do anything. That is our objective, you see. So I can't really work out what is going on with that. And we're turning towards it, but there's nothing, you know, there's nothing on the map. 182 kilometers. Let's see if we can. Let's go and see what's there, because that's what it wants us to find. We'll just take a last look and see if we can find anything. So let's get as near as we can, and then we'll go back in real time and just have a quick look. Are we there already? Let's go and see. Let's unpause it. Yeah, you see, there's nothing here. There's nothing here. Look at that. The sunset is lovely. That's lovely. You know what? Now the objective's gone behind us. I'm a little bit disappointed. I'm not going to lie. I don't know. This is just a training mission. And I've struggled with it a little bit. What I might do is try it again offline. But I'm going to put this video up anyway because we've done all the introduction to the game. But, you know, following that through, you've been following that through me. What do you reckon? A little bit confusing, isn't it? It wasn't clear what we were meant to do. So I will work that out offline. And maybe we'll come back with more tutorials. Or maybe I will finish the tutorials. We'll come back and we'll do a real mission. Because there is a campaign. So we could jump into the campaign, couldn't we? I think that might be worth doing. But take a moment to admire the sea, admire the sun, the setting on the horizon, and forget it's got a couple of small problems in the tutorials. Despite the confusion, I hope you've enjoyed it. It's another new game we've got on the PC. I'll work it out and I'll be back, and we'll play it again. We'll play it properly, and we'll sink some ships, shall we, in the next one. Take it easy, everybody. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.